Okay, so been out shooting for over 6 hours today. You can actually see the sunburn on my bald head. I pushed the Fuji X100F to the limit. I got a bunch of test pictures. Well, not a bunch. I took over 500 test shots today. I uploaded about 30 or so. Click on the link below and there'll be a bunch of shots, both before it and after it, all straight out of camera, uncropped, unedited, untouched, from the FUJIFILM X100F, according to my camera, which has a shutter count on the back of it. Actually, unlike other cameras, the Fuji X100F actually has a menu setting that lets you see shutter count. I shot over 500 pics today. I kept pushing the X100F right to the limits. I posted a couple action shots. I was doing some continuous high shooting at 8 frames per second on some folks throwing a new frisbee around and some other things, and I had no issues, unlike the X100T, where you push it a little bit, it'll push back. As far as resistance to express yourself and what it is that you want to do, and every time I pushed the X100F today, and I don't know if I walked 5 or 6 miles, but I was out for over 6 hours, as you can see from the light sunburn on my head and my allergies. I got a little bit some allergies. Everything's blooming. It's been like the hottest February on record here, and everything's starting to bloom like it's Easter time already. I can say specifically that I find the straight out of camera images, currently there is no raw converter for Fujifilm except for the trashy silky pics program that Fuji puts out, so neither Iridiant developer nor Lightroom are set up for Fuji raw files yet since the camera just came out. But I can say, and that's been in line with the Fuji X100 series, but the X100F is the best straight out of camera images I've ever seen from any camera. You may differ with me on that. Obviously that is a subjective belief of mine, but you can take a look at 20 plus images that I took today. Some of them with significant dynamic range. Now some of them I could have actually drugged the exposure slider one way or the other, but I didn't want to do that on a new camera, new lens. If I underexpose the stop on a couple, I just left it that way. I don't want to mess with the straight out of camera images, so there's a reason for that on a new camera, new lens review, that I don't want to mess with the images. I had a great deal of fun today, I walked my ass off, especially for a fat guy like me. I was hoofing it all day long, all over the damn place, downtown, all over campus, every damn where. I was, over 500 pictures and 500 pictures in over 6 hours, so take a look at the links below. Most important thing is that, in pushing the Fuji X100F, any situation that I could think of that I would want to take a shot of, the Fuji X100F did not push back, meaning there was no resistance met by me from the camera. And that's pretty damn important, so that's as real-world testing as it gets. 6 hours straight shooting, and also after I got home, I ate something, went back out again, did a few low lights, so just testing autofocus with the autofocus assist lamp off. Obviously, if it's a pretty pitch, no camera I got is good at focusing on that, but it performed admirably better than the X100T or the S before it, so no camera is good at that without the autofocus assist lamp, which of course the X100F does have. Let me know if you have any questions on the Fuji. I think I've actually put it really hard through its paces today, and will continue to do so. And I think the camera's a winner. I know it's $1,300, pretty expensive. Most of that expense comes from two things: the leaf shutter assembly, and specifically the hybrid viewfinder, the optical viewfinder, electronic viewfinder, and the electronic rangefinder for focus peaking and focus assist, which is another window. Not a cheap mechanism in this camera. Great news. Oh, also, by the way, I went out with not even a full charge on the battery. I went out with like a 90% charge on the battery, roughly. And I shot all damn day long. And I still came back with about, well, what I could tell from my battery meter, which doesn't read percentages, I'm guesstimating about 30%. So I shot all day long with the camera on. Over 500 shots, and starting with about 90% charge, it ended up with about a 30% charge. Love the camera to death. This is the camera I've been waiting for, and this is what I wish the X100T had been. Not that there's anything wrong with the X100. Well, there is. I mean, you know, that camera very quickly pushes back on focus, pretty quickly. This gave me absolutely no pushback today at all. I mean, boom, 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 right there. Pushed it further, pushed it harder. It still never pushed back on me. And that's important. And best straight out of camera images of any camera that I've ever tested. And I made sure that I'm not just like bleh, flapping my lips and saying that. I made sure, is it the best straight out of camera images? And I kept, yes, it is. So, it is. Don't like the placement of the Q button. I trained my thumb to actually sit like this instead of like this. I don't like the fact that Fuji stuck the damn Q button there. Stupid ass mistake, but you could train yourself. You know, you have to adapt or die, right? Love the joystick on the back. Battery's a huge gain. There's no way the X100 series before this, with her dinky little battery, would have gone, you know. I would have had to replace the battery twice. Instead, I still had charge left on the first battery when I was done for the end of the day. Love the piss out of this camera. This is what I've been waiting for. It even exceeded what I expected. It did. It did exceed what I expected. It really did. Thanks so much to Fujifilm on this one. This one really is a winner. I don't like the sub-command dial on the ISO. You know, it's the same as on the X Pro 2, and I had the X Pro 2 for a few months. You lift it up, turn it. I don't like that. You can actually assign it to auto ISO setting and actually change your ISO via the front command dial. Absolutely love the fact that the playback button is right up here. For a while I assigned it there. It's not factory default, but I assigned the play. Of course, there is a playback button back here, but I hate dropping my thumb to there. My finger's already here to begin with anyway, so I just hit it. Actually able to check a playback through my viewfinder. Love it. These are obviously mods that I did to my X100F, like the hand strap, and of course it doesn't come with the lens hood and the lens hood adapter, which you have to have both. Obviously, you just can't slap a lens hood on this thing. So, thanks to Fuji, and click the link below, and there are a bunch of pictures beside it. I've got like 20 or so pictures from the X100F, and thank you so much. I made sure I spent all day outside today, as my sunburned head is proof thereof. Like this video and drop a buck or two. Tell me to jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy. I'm pretty damn tired from out walking all day, but it was good for me, right? Eat a cheeseburger versus like walk 6 miles. Actually, I did both today, but thanks. Bye.